I would do a follow up on that question because this is something that we've all been discussing since the beginning of the SMO, and it's exactly about territory. Well, not conquering territory, but
Yeah,
the objectives of the SMO, they have always seemed to me very minimalistic. You know, denazification, demilitarization, and the free of the Donbas, Donetsk and Luhansk, and now Zaporozhye and
Kherson.
Kherson. Yeah. Uh, do you think this is just a minimalistic objective? So once this is done, we can call it victory and either keep going or pausing or stopping there? Or do you believe that we are seeing Russia going on Odessa? That for me makes all sense, connecting the Transnistria and, even the Kharkiv till Dnieper, just making a physical division there?
Well, Russia may go and do something about Odessa. Odessa now is highly Russophobic, anti-Russian city. Many people thought that Kharkiv is extremely anti-Russian, and so is Dnipropetrovsk. And here is the issue. Why would Russians want to put the about 15 million of the freeloaders who hate Russian gods, who are brainwashed, their new generation? And so, yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. For people who got educated on the movie Patton in terms of how they understand warfare, that means they don't. And so, no, it's not just about territory, as I already stated. Once the military part comes to an end and concludes in some fashion, and the essentially armed forces of Ukraine, whatever is left of them, completely demilitarized. That means what? They cease to exist. This is what is happening right now. Physically, it's just being pulverized into nothingness. And so after that, counterterrorism operation starts. And guess what? Denazification, that's what it's going to be. Identification, tracking, and annihilation of those Bandera type or CIA MI6, supported terrorist cells, sabotage cells, and things of this nature. It's a long haul, believe me. Many people still do not understand that essentially the Soviet Union was done with the Banderite underground in Western Ukraine, not in 1945. No, it continued until 1955 at least. And so that takes effort, So, and how it will basically arrange itself politically, I don't know. Obviously, there, as I already stated, Ukraine is not survivable as independent state. It has been obliterated essentially, and they can blame the West. They will not, because they are so brainwashed. You literally have the majority of population brainwashed into the complete. I don't even know how it's worse than Nazi Germany. So when people talk about that, oh yeah, Russians should go and take Kharkiv. Why? Kharkiv may fall, and it could be under some circumstances controlled by Russians, but I doubt that Russia wants Kharkiv Oblast in Russian Federation. Not until the new generation of those so-called Ukrainians are born and they're brought up on a completely different basis. You have, again, that's what many people do not understand. Population of Ukraine, how much in percentages, I don't know, majority, okay? Let's put it this way. It is as hostile and as hate-filled, towards Russia, it's probably worse than Nazi Germany. This is what many people understand. This is the false narrative that, oh yeah, brotherly people. Vladimir Putin doesn't use this anymore. You have now those Ukrainian political, media whores, which are allowed in Russian, talk shows. So suddenly Mr. Vakarchuk comes out a week ago on the major TV center, famous Russian network, and says, oh, suddenly all those references to the brotherly people and one people have disappeared from Russian media. Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if you're ethnically the same as me. If you are Nazi and if you propose, Banderite, brainwashed, fanatic, you're not my brother. I have more brothers in Africa, actually, who are real decent people, than this guy, So people do not understand this because obviously in Manichaean view of especially West, they still view it in some kind of the purely cultural, racial terms. Well, racial terms, which is still important, make no mistake. Ethnicity and all that matters. But the point is, it's all about culture. You know what? If you're a Nazi, I don't care what color, of your, or what is the color of your eyes, or what color of your hair. You are Nazi. Period. You're gonna be killed. Simple as that. That's what many people still cannot grasp. Because obviously neither Europe, let alone Americas, they have any idea of the scale on what is going on there. Because again, you cannot explain to some Pentagon general that, hey, dude, you killed 2.5 million people. That's your planning, and that they don't have this reference point. They not brought up in this, paradigm. And so in this case, what can I say? I mean, there will be control, some kind of exercise of the control in for the meeting objectives of the what will start after the end of a special military operation, which will be most likely counter, as I already stated, counter-terrorism, counter-Nazi operation. And this underground, that will be annihilated. Simple as that.